Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for another watch along. And we're going to be doing Brentford versus Newcastle in the League Cup. We covered Newcastle a little bit on Dearly Departed when they've been facing some of our dearly departed teams in the Premier League. And of course, we've covered Brentford extensively on the channel. Somewhat of a bit of a nuisance fixture, this one, in terms of the timing. It's sort of the first week off for 5 straight weeks for the Championship teams. So Brentford have selected accordingly, but they're kind of half and half between sort of strongest team and a reserve team. So we'll go through the lineups in just a second. And Newcastle, the same, really. So should be a good one here. Remember, Newcastle operating sort of 2/3 of the way down the Premier League under Steve Bruce. Brentford on a really nice unbeaten run at the top of the Championship. Are they fourth? Fourth going into this Christmas. So we will get into it imminently. Let me know. You can see me and hear me loudly and clearly. Get your predictions in for this one. It is a Carabao Cup quarter final. Steve Bruce has said he would love to see Newcastle into the semi-finals. Let's see what happens over the next hour and a half in this one. Before we go any further, a quick shout out and a big thank you to Charlie. Charlie Frost, 30 years of Laura Royal. Here's to many more. He sponsors our live watch-alongs. You can support his fundraising there, www.depop.com/ReadingFan21 down there. Thank you to Charlie. And as ever, if you look at the bottom of the screen on the ticker, you can support me via Super Chat during the show. Go and get involved over on Patreon. Loads of good stuff happening there. Up the ante a little bit there, which I'm quite pleased with, the new system we've got over on Patreon. You can buy some merchandise in the store. Just type in the discount code LIVE and you get 10% off over on Teesprings. There won't be any available for Christmas signs up like you see on Amazon at the moment. You might have to wait a while if you do go ahead and order. But a great way to support the channel. The easiest and cheapest, freest way is just to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and get involved in the comments. I can see plenty coming in, which we'll get to in just 2 shakes. Let's have a look, shall we, at the teams. So I did suggest kind of not first choice, but not second choice either. Kind of like 1.5 team, sort of, if you will. So Brentford there. Daniels in goal. Obviously, Raya would be the first choice. The fullbacks, Dalsgaard's been out at right back and Fosu's been covering. So that's not really a downgrade. Neither is Pinnock and Sørensen at the back in the absence of Pontus Jansson. Charlie Good has, you can see on the bench there, returned recently. So he gives them an extra option there. But Jansson not around. Dom Thompson at left back gives Rico Henry a rest. Then across the central midfield, pretty well a midfielder you'd expect Thomas Frank to use given rotation in the Championship. De Silva, Janelt and Marcondes. Janelt, a new signing this season, but has played a fair amount. Marcondes and De Silva have been rotated. You can see on the bench there, Mathias Jensen. I believe Christian Norgard, yes, is back on the bench as well. So great to see him back. He's been out for a while, but well stocked in midfield there. Brentford looks like they've got 5 players for 3 places who are all decent, with Jensen and Norgard on the bench there. Up the top, the glaring obvious absence is Ivan Toney, the second top scorer, or is he indeed the top scorer? I can't remember. Who's got more, him or Armstrong at the moment? I can't remember. But he is rested. which gives Marcus Force a go. He's been excellent this season as well. Young striker coming through at Brentford. Kanyos gets a go down the right. So Mbuemo is rested. He is on the bench. And Saman Godas, who hasn't quite acclimatised to English football and Brentford yet, not saying he won't, down the left. So plenty of quality in there. You would say Fosu, Pinnock, and given Jansen's injured, 3 first-teamers across the back, plus 3 across midfield. And although Force is very good, maybe just Kanyos the only certain starter up top. So about half and half, but it shows how far Brentford have come that's how their squad looks when it's not even the first choice 11. As I said, on the bench, some of those first choice players, Raya, Good, Stevens, Jensen, Norgard, and Mbuemo, and Tony. So certainly if it were, I'm assuming we're one-legged tie tonight. If it were to go to extra time, we got extra time in this one. I should read the rules, shouldn't I? Someone let me know what's happening with this. I think all of them are one-legged. I don't know. Do we go straight to penalties? I'm not sure. Some of them we covered earlier in the season didn't they? Maybe not tonight. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But still, the point I was making, you've got Tony and Mbuemo, Norgard, Jensen, etc. to help out if needs must during the game. For Newcastle, plenty of first-teamers in there as well. Joe Linton rested up front, but otherwise pretty strong, I think. Darlow in goal, Yedlin, Hayden, Clark and Lewis. Obviously, we're familiar with Lewis from covering Norwich in the Championship. Jacob Murphy, who I will at some point call Josh Murphy. Apologies to him in advance for already making that mistake. Longstaff, Shelby, Fraser. So it's decent. Fraser, I'm a big fan of. He was on loan at Ipswich 5 years ago. Now, excellent player. Callum Wilson and Miguel Almiron. You can almost argue, in terms of their squad, Newcastle, the Premier League team, have gone stronger than Brentford in this one. We'll see how that obviously pans out. On the bench, and here's the difference between the Premier League and the Championship. Gillespie, Krath, Hendrick, Ritchie, Carroll, Gale, Joe Linton. There's the difference between Premier League and Championship clubs. In a nutshell there, the entire Newcastle bench would probably get in all of the Championship teams, wouldn't they, in some way, shape or form? You know what I'm saying. Very, very strong on the bench. For Newcastle, let's have a look over at the comments and we'll see what you guys are saying and hopefully predicting. Let's have a look here. Evening to Liam, evening to Charlie. Come on the bees, says Logan. Evening to Leeds 2020. White Hart Dane, Carl. I'll give you a score prediction in a sec, bud. Andrew is here. Blue Wolf is here. Primm, work gave me free red wine. Would you believe, look at this, what a lad I am. I'm on the beer, Primm. For once. There we go, whilst you're on the wine. Hip, good evening. And Mbuemo rested indeed. 3-0 Brentford, 2-1 Newcastle, 2-0 Newcastle, evening to 0 Fox. Newcastle on pens. Does anyone know? Do we go extra time in this one? I'm not sure. Bet365 has them at basically even odds. I think Brentford win this easily. Interesting. Evening to Noah. Steve Bruce rocking the 4-4-2. Of course he is. Of course he is. How am I doing? I'm good, Edward. Charlie says 3-1 Newcastle, 3-0 Newcastle, 2-2 Brentford to win on pens, 4-0 Brentford. Tony is top, is he? I think he 15 to 14 possibly. Superb, both of them, Armstrong and Tony. Up the bees, or whatever they're called, says Adam. 3-0 Toon. EFL Cup goes straight to penalties. Interesting. Ryan, good evening, sir. Toon's only realistic chance. I think they'll edge it 2-1. They've gone a little bit stronger, haven't they? That lineup speaks volumes about Brentford's promotion intentions, and I can't really disapprove. Arguably, only 4 first 11. Let me Skipper's strong on this, so I guess he is suggesting Pinnock, Canos, Marcondes, and De Silva. Yeah, I suppose there's an argument for that. They have rotated well, though, haven't they, this season? Good evening, Jez. How's Christmas preparations going? Okay, I had a splurge on Amazon this morning. I think we're good. Evening to Blow. I don't think Newcastle will do well, given how badly they're doing in the league. 2-1 home win, says Daz. Charlie says, did I see his tweet about Richards and Elise? We'll get into the transfer rumours soon. Don't you worry. The old transfer update videos will be back in January, as ever popular they were in the summer. So let's get into this. We'll have a little look at the recent form of both. Can we do this tournament? We can't. There's nothing in there. So you can see Brentford recent championship form. Very, very good. Unbeaten. Just they would prefer one less draw in there. Basically, I think it's 5 draws and 5 wins in the last 10. For Newcastle, defeats against Manchester United, Southampton, Chelsea, and Leeds. Heavily against Leeds. We covered that on Dearly Departed. There's Andy Carroll and Dwight Gale. How many championship teams are like one of those caliber of strikers in their squad? Matt Ritchie as well, championship guru, just coming out to sit on the bench. So Newcastle recently beating West Brom, Palace and Everton. So with, in the main, this system and quite a number of these players, Newcastle coming out in a rather garish, fluorescent yellow away strip. But hey, we always like the striped teams for give me my ailing eyesight a chance to read the numbers on the back. As we look onto the empty arena at Brentford, Tier 4, there's Ivan Toney. Of course, Ivan Toney used to be at Newcastle, didn't he, before dropping down the leagues, and he looks quite the catch for Brentford this season. He's doing brilliantly. Tony. Brentford's fullbacks. Oh dear, says Paula. Well, that may be an issue, mightn't it? It's not Henry and Dalsgaard. It's Fosu and Thompson, and they'll be playing against Jacob Murphy and Ryan Fraser. So reasonable point there. That could be an issue. Going into my stats, 4th place by 3 rounds. Has never won the championship, but 14th place by 20 rounds. I've got no idea what you're talking about, Blow. You're going to have to explain that to me a little bit better. I'm a Leeds fan, but love the underdogs. Yeah. How many places are Brentford below Newcastle? Probably 7 or 8 in the pyramid. Shame St. Maximum isn't playing. Yeah. I think a couple of those Newcastle players have got... I don't know what the science is. Long COVID, short COVID, long-lasting effects. Not cool, especially for young, very, very fit athletes, isn't it? If Brentford win this, we'll have more wins against Premier League opposition than Fulham, West Brom and Sheffield United, I take it, combined, says Hal. Yeah, no Premier League wins, though, which is the key for Brentford, really, isn't it? Newcastle have Man City, Liverpool and Leicester next, so we might as well call out for this match. There you go. What else have we got? Do you think Brentford or Newcastle can win the Carabao Cup? Probably not. There's bigger teams in there, isn't there? But it's a semi-final, isn't it, if you get through this one? So, yeah, I'm sure if you gave Brentford guaranteed top 3, but they lose this game, I'm sure they'd take that now. They'd really love to finish in the top 2, wouldn't they? 2-2, says Animation. Force Fraser, Hendrick, Tony. Hendrick off the bench then. We are about to start in this one. Quickly, I'd have said Janelt, not Marcondes, but that was the debatable one. It's not, yeah, exactly. Norgard spot. Right, the players take the knee. and Steve Bruce manages to as well. If you want to sync up with me, I'll try and give you a start on the first whistle. There we go. We are off in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. I'll give you a proper time sync up a couple of minutes in. Get your thoughts in as we go. Any questions on any other stuff, I'm sure we will get to. Brentford 0, Newcastle 0. Long one forward from Darlow. Headed out by Sorensen. I was going to say it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but it's 5:30 here, isn't it? Into Clark in the centre-half positions. Hayden out to Yedlin. Murphy, who's definitely Jacob Murphy, not Josh Murphy. No matter how many times I see those two play. All the way back to Darlow. Newcastle having most of the ball for the first minute in this one. Clark goes direct again and headed out by Pinnock. And Brentford get on the ball for the first time. Not a great ball back, a bit of a hospital ball by De Silva. And then a sliding challenge in there by Marcondes. Wins the ball back. And here come Brentford with De Silva. Just shrugging off his man there. Out wide it goes to Canos. Back to De Silva. Longstaff closes him down. Tries to play it into the near post to Godos. And it is cleared. And some sense of probably what we'll see in this game. Newcastle with a bit of ball, but happy to go direct into the forwards, causing trouble. Brentford with a bit of ball. Midfielders carrying it and rotating it, but causing a bit of trouble as well. The two styles, there's many ways to skin a cat. And here comes Fraser. Fraser slides it down the line, looking for Callum Wilson. Pinnock goes home to Daniels in goal, who is affording David Raya a rest. Remember, Daniels did actually start the season. Maybe a few contractual issues with Mr. Raya and some interest from Arsenal and Aston Villa. In the end, Villa went with Martinez, didn't they, from Arsenal, actually. But Raya was certainly involved in all of those rumours. Fosu plays it to Janelt. Nice ball through to De Silva. Knocked off to Godos. Comes in. Godos hits the shot. That's not far wide. He comes in off the left, Saman Godos. What is he about? Well, let's watch the replay and I won't give you an about. Yeah, De Silva knocks it off. It's tight space. He's just on the edge of the D, actually. Hits it pretty well. Darlow doesn't move. So I assume he knows that's going wide because he can't see any swerve on that. Back towards the goal. 3 minutes gone, I think, probably on the basis of the last two of them. Brentford slightly edging it thus far. Beers flowing. Yes, they are tonight. Lovely stuff. Well, that was an interesting one. You don't often see that given. Almiron goes down and grabs the ball with his hand because he thinks he's got the free kick. Normally, the ref just gives him the free kick when they do that, but he brings up the handball. And then Canos comes away and wins a free kick of its own. Brentford's recruitment is so good. Replace Ollie Watkins and get another Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney. And Toney looks the part at the moment. And Marcus Force is there in the background as well, looking really, really good as well. Time to celebrate. Indeed, yeah. Sitting here in Tier 4 in Bedfordshire, can't go anywhere. May as well enjoy it with you lot. Free kick to Brentford from the right. Godos puts it into the middle. Ooh. Well, Sorensen went for the header there. He was in the middle. It went past him. Wilson was on the back post. Forgive me, I don't know who was coming in behind him. I think Wilson just prods it away. Dangerous delivery by Godos. It was Marcondes trying to come in on the back post. Apparently, Wilson touched it. And we have a corner to Brentford. On that left-hand side. It's going to be taken right-footed, I guess, by Marcondes. But they've got the camera on the penalty box at the moment. No. Godos is going to take this one. Here it comes, 5 minutes in to the near post. Oh, chance. Ethan Pinnock on the near post. Huge man, Pinnock, must be 6'5", towering centre half. And he gets in front of Hayden, and he probably should do a bit better with that. Hayden just gives him a little bit of a dig in the back there before he goes up. But chance there early on in this one for Brentford. Pinnock on the near post flicks that one over the top. Steve Bruce there, imperious header of the ball from centre half at corners. He scored tons of goals, didn't he, Steve Bruce? Not quite Ronald Koeman level, but I think he scored like 20 in one season once, Bruce, when he took all the penalties for Man United as well. Brilliant player, Steve Bruce. I think people forget that, don't they? Here comes Clark. Out to Fraser. Fraser, nice ball for Lewis, but that's going all the way out. Lewis can't quite keep it in. Ex-Ipswich loanee to ex-Norwich player there. But the move, relations between the two break down. Short goal kick from Brentford. Looks like Newcastle have been told to close these down. Sørensen there. And the press has worked, actually, because Sørensen panics. Tries to play it to Thompson, overhits it, and the Newcastle press works there on the short goal kick from Brentford. Here's Shelvey. Plays it down the line, headed away easily by Thompson. Mark on, there's a little nutmeg there. But the ball is won back by Longstaff. That's an excellent ball to Fraser. Knocks it on to Lewis and back to Fraser. Fraser back to Shelvey. Good game this one so far, actually. Longstaff, diagonal out wide, looking for Yedlin. Nice chest trap by him. It's into the box. On the far post was Fraser, but the cross goes all the way out. And it's a throw-in to Brentford. What do we got here in the comments? Why the EFL dithering about Miller's Christmas fixtures with another one of our players tested positive? I don't know, Iain. Wouldn't be like the EFL to do something strange. I don't know who Tariq Fosu's blowing a kiss at there. He's about to take the throw in. Am I going to do a double watch along? I am not, Charlie. I just do not have the energy, my friend. So I'll just be doing this one. But we'll be back tomorrow night for Stoke versus Tottenham. So we do get another of our championship teams in. Logan asks the same. At my age, no chance. Cods Vlogs is here. Excellent. How you doing, Ben? I'm all good, my friend. What tier are you in where you are? Fleetwood up there in the northwest. Have you missed tier 4? All Things Leeds is here. Enjoying the game so far? Yes, of course. Love me football, and I know you lot do as well. Here's De Silva. Lewis plays it down the line. Fraser tries to control it. To be fair to who asked that, All Things Leeds, just got a bit messy for the last minute, hasn't it? But I have enjoyed it so far. Here is Shelvey. By the way, let me know what tier you're in and if anyone's actually going to get to see their family over the next few days. Sadly, we are not. Right. All Things Leeds may be going in the fake news sin bin here. I'll let you guys be judge, jury and executioner. To be fair, it's quite a funny comment. Don't be too harsh. You don't look a day over 50, mate. Don't make me open the fake news sin bin only 9 minutes into the game. Deary me. Good, you're in tier 3. Excellent. Oh, Liam's in tier 4 as well. Deary me. Shaylee's parents only live over there, but we're good law-abiding citizens. Could easily get away with it. Tier 3. Oh, tier 2. Oh, dear. But tier 4 incoming to... Oh, dear. This sucks, doesn't it? Get that vaccine out. Come on. Get it moving. If we're in lockdown, no one's got anything better to do than have a needle shoved in their arm, have they? So, but good luck to those of you who are still able to work. Go make some money, for goodness sakes. Long one down the right-hand side. Murphy. Good defending that by Thompson. I say that. And then he knocks... Oh, no, he survived. I thought he then won the ball, but then knocked it out of play for a corner. He does, in the end, put it out for a throw-in. Tier 4 and customers going crazy. There you go. Norfolk. Oh, well, I quite like to be in Norfolk at this time of year. The royal family goes there, don't they? Haven't seen my grandson since March. Iain, I'm sorry. Tier 3 may as well be Tier 10. I feel you. I feel you, buddy. What's the drink? This is an American beer called Budweiser. Like it or lump it. I've got loads of bottles of it downstairs. So, long one played forward. Sorensen goes up with Wilson. Wilson in behind, hits the shot. Good save. Wilson following up. Daniels does well. Wilson had the measure of Mads Sorensen there, and I think Brentford are going to get it clear now. Best chance of the game for Newcastle so far. Wilson in behind there, works Sorensen, chests it down, hit it on the half volley from the angle with the right foot. Daniels, the captain for today, stands up, makes the save. Yeah, Sorensen completely loses his bearings there. He's got to do better. Wilson does well. Test the keeper, but maybe striker of his quality would think he'd be scoring from there. So, chance for Pinnock, chance for Wilson early on in this one. And here comes Kanyos for Brentford. Lovely feat by him. Slides it back in. We do a time check at 12 minutes, guys. I'm just coming up about 15 seconds away. If you want to sync up with me, either pause this stream or pause your Sky, wherever you're watching. So we'll be 12 minutes in. 3, 2, 1. 12 minutes. There we go. Kanyos to Fosu to Pinnock. Big switch of play by Pinnock. Lovely ball. Oh, Marcondes plays that one in first time to Godos. Good football. Godos trying the first time spin there, but Hayden is wise to that. And Hayden, in the end, wins the goal kick for Newcastle. Get your thoughts in so far. Fairly evenly contested. A chance apiece, really. One for Pinnock, the header on the near post. One for Wilson. And as I always say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So we will enjoy a drink together. Goal kick for Newcastle. Darlow will kick this one long down the ground. No short goal kicks under Steve Bruce's rule. Pinnock clears. Force, who's been quiet so far, heads that, and Fraser's going to pick it up. I'm pretty sure Kanyos fouled Fraser, yeah. Kanyos disagrees, but I don't. I think that was a foul there. Brentford share their stadium with London Irish, right? I can see some rugby-looking markings on the pitch, so I think they do. Didn't Luke Daniels used to play for Sky? I'm not sure. Don't know. Not saying you're wrong. Probably did. Murphy has it down the right. Inside looking for Yedlin. And it's turned over. And Yana, oh, lovely turn by Josh Da Silva there. He now drives forward from central midfield. Brilliant play by Da Silva. Out it goes to Kanyos. Kanyos into the box. Marcondes ended up chesting it. He's got ahead of that goal. And given the efforts by Josh Da Silva there, deserved better there. Excellent burst from Da Silva. But no header at goal from Marcondes in the centre there. 14 gone in this one. Brentford 0, Newcastle 0. And Clark goes all the way home to Darlow. Looks pretty wet and wild there in Brentford. Clark plays that one down the line. Lewis tries some extravagant back heel. Wilson was, however, offside. De Silva plays that in to Sorensen. And now to Thompson. Back to Sorensen. 15 gone, 0-0. Sorensen steps forward. And Pinnock. Newcastle, strong defensive shape there. Brentford struggling to find a pass. So Sorensen goes long. Does find a pass. Force comes short. And now he drives. Plays it out left to Godos. 1v1 with Yedlin. Swung in by him. Shelby back and heads it away. And there's a foul by Iain out there as it's cleared on Almiron, who I believe we're mentioning for the first time. So he has been quiet. Lewis has it at left back now. And Clark to Shelby. Shelby, very, very skillful player, but you can't help feeling the game kind of slows down whenever he receives the ball, doesn't he? But he can pick a pass, can't he? Darlow slips as he plays the goal kick long, and that's going to go all the way through. And Pinnock heads it back to Daniels in the Brentford goal. He bowls it out into central midfield to Janelt, to Marcondes, to Sorensen, and it's back with Daniels. Pinnock's got it in the right centre-back position to Fosu. Oh, nice step over by him. But he's given it away then to Lewis. And they've got a spare man now, and it is Lewis as he goes down the left. Good play by the ex-Norwich left-back there. And he wins a throw off Josh De Silva. Lewis throws it to Fraser. Little head of steam for Newcastle. As soon as I say that, Almiron tries a 6-yard pass to Ryan Fraser and sticks it straight out for a throw in which Fosu, the ex-Oxford player, left winger in fact, playing at right back tonight, is going to toss down the line. Newcastle turn it over and it goes out for a goal kick. Is this the quarters? Yes, it is, Dylan. And I think I'm right in saying, can anyone confirm this for me? That there is no extra time. It goes straight to penalties. Was going to Reading versus Luton. No, you're not anymore, Charlie. Oh, it sucks, doesn't it? Not good. Not good at all. Afternoon, DJ Samuel. I'm in tier 4, 14 miles from tier 1, 18 miles from tier 3. Doesn't matter your proximity to any higher or lower tiers, does it? Oh dear, don't start me on that. Long diagonal there. Godos is into the box, actually, off the end of that. He lays it off now to Thompson, who goes inside to Marcondes, to De Silva. No, not to De Silva. Given away. Fraser and Fosu come to get it. Falls to Shelby, who plays it out wide, and Newcastle will be able to launch an attack. Yedlin slips that one through. Sorry, it was Murphy. But Sorensen ultimately clears. Newcastle pushed right up now. Centre halves on halfway. Clark to Lewis. Lewis can't find a pass, so he goes back into centre back, and they deploy Shelby to do that. He's going to go long, though. Newcastle not interested in the slow build-up like Brentford. It went long into Wilson. Fosu won it, and he's brought down by Almiron, who every time I've mentioned him has either given the ball away or committed a foul. So, yeah. Not sure. Shelby, very similar to Bannon, I find, slows the play down. Yeah, it's always an interesting standoff. Sorry, my earphone is caught in my hair. That's not good, is it? Always an interesting standoff with those type of deep-lying playmakers who are not the quickest. Can you get them into a system that, exaggerates their strengths and hides perhaps that weakness? Others around them have to do the running. Put it that way. I guess someone like Grealish is the right balance where he does both. He can literally stop the game, just put his foot on the ball and draw players in, but he's equally as good, moving the ball quickly as well. Here come Newcastle down the left. Fraser, great cross in. Oh, really good cross. Wilson was in there. He must have missed that by inches, and Brentford get it clear. Quality there by Fraser, crossing that in with the left foot. Looked very, very dangerous. Newcastle a bit of a throwback here. 2 lines of 4. They get the ball out wide. Oh, it's actually a very good clearance. I did him a disservice there. Mads Sørensen gets a tiny little toe on that, which just takes it away from Wilson. But as I was saying about Newcastle, 2 rows of 4, 2 forwards up top, get the fullbacks forward and get the ball wide and get it crossed into the box. Sounds like a really smart tactic, but you don't see teams do it very often anymore. The game has moved on from when literally everybody used to play like that. And we have a free kick now. Callum Wilson has committed a foul on Vitali Janelt. Newcastle have 54% possession. You wouldn't expect Steve Bruce against the Brentford team to be having more of the possession. I'm not suggesting that would influence the result. Anyway, look, we cover games every week where someone has 35% possession and wins. So it's not 9/10 to the law anymore, is it? Free kick forward and nodded away. Fosu has picked it up. 21:49 gone in this one. Brentford 0, Newcastle 0. Chance for Pinnock, chance for Wilson. Great cross from Fraser, nearly creating another chance for Wilson there. Well, it would have been a tap-in for Wilson. Up top, look, nice steal there by Kanyos, and Marcondes has played De Silva in. De Silva gets it across, chance for Godos. He's hit the crossbar, and it's gone up and over the top. De Silva got away down the right-hand side there. Kanyos stole the ball in the first instance. Nice ball by Marcondes, and this is definitely the closest anyone's come. Wasn't a great strike, actually. Hits it into the ground and against his other foot. Completely sells Darlow the wrong way, and the ball loops up and hits the bar. Not a good finish, but very, very close in the end to the opening goal there for Brentford as Godos hits the crossbar. 4-4-2 is the way to go. 2 strikers and 2 wingers getting to the byline. Well, we'll see how Newcastle goes today, Chris, but does feel a little bit of a throwback, doesn't it? Sky churlishly put up the stat there, shots on target. Obviously, a crossbar. Brentford have had no shots on target. Crossbar doesn't count as a shot on target, does it? Whereas a P-roller that the keeper saves does. Lies, damn lies and statistics. Use them when you can, but always look with an objective eye. Sørensen tries to find Thompson there, and that breaks down. 23:45 gone, so we are a quarter of the way into this one now. Openings for both sides. Looks like there could be goals in it, but none so far. Brentford pushed up high, flicked on. Kanyos, good defending there by Clark, comes out and wins that off him, but it's turned over. Thompson's had to go back into Sørensen, who plays it to Pinnock. And Brentford will try and build another attack. Nice ball around the corner by De Silva. De Silva's playing well, actually. He comes down the right. He'll cut in on his left foot, surely. Lewis stands him up. He goes on his right foot, actually beats Lewis. And I think he's trying to cross that. And his right foot is not as good as his left. But Darlow ends up tipping it over. Brave play by De Silva, though. He engages Lewis and takes him on. And like I say, started the game well, the Brentford central midfielder. Ex-Arsenal player, Josh De Silva. I believe Thompson, the fullback, is as well. Someone will correct me in the chat if I'm wrong about that. Pinnock, who had a good chance, comes up again for the corner. It's going to come in. This one's going to come in left foot. It's going to be an out swinger. Gone in flat to the back post. They've left Pinnock all on his own. Oh, what a miss. The corner worked absolutely perfectly. We've seen that in the Championship loads where Pinnock moves on his own to the back post. He heads it across perfectly. Kanios, 2 yards out, completely misses the header. Should have been 1-0. Incredible chance. I don't know what Kanios is doing there. Pinnock does everything right. It's a hell of a miss by Kanios because Thomas Frank knows that that's a rehearsed set play as well. And he looks a bit disappointed with that. Kanios should score there, and Brentford could well have taken the lead. Open game this, but still no goals. Let's see if Newcastle make a comeback, says Samuel. Well, they're 0-0. Brentford slightly edging the last few minutes of this one. Shelvey in the centre circle. Out to Lewis. Lewis to Clark to Hayden. And Lewis again. Fraser. And Newcastle keeping the ball. Long one forward, though. Does much more than the previous 5 passes. However, Callum Wilson is offside. Gets a little bit stroppy. Kicks the ball away. And then pretends in an empty stadium that he didn't hear the whistle. Frustration getting the better of him. The rain is getting heavier there. And it looks like it's sitting on the pitch, which is also used for rugby. May get a bit tricky underfoot as this one goes on. Daniels has it. Poor clearance again by him. Swept up there. Murphy to Shelvey, edge of the box. Shelvey charged down. Fosu clears. Lewis. Yeah, I was going to say there, Godas was looking for a foul off Lewis there. And Lewis, to be fair to him, got his arms up and out of the way. And Godas still went down. And referee's got that one right, I think. There's a nice shoulder charge in the first instance by Godas, but then I think he was expecting Lewis to retaliate, and he didn't. There's a cautionary lesson for everybody. Clark plays it back to Darlow in the Newcastle goal. Long one forward, flicked on by Almiron. Nice touch by Wilson. Wilson gets it wide. 4-4-2 in action here because the fullback Yedlin's now on. Yedlin plays it to Murphy. Murphy cuts back. Oh, the ball deflects up and is cleared by Pinnock. Good football by Newcastle there. But Hayden has had to play that all the way home to Darlow. Shelvey. It goes back to Shelvey there and spread wide. Sorry, I just saw an interesting tweet. If anyone knows anything about this, Millwall have just tweeted, Millwall have accepted an apology from Sky Sports following a comprehensive complaint regarding their coverage of its recent match against QPR. I don't know what was going on in that, but a full apology. I don't know what was said in that. In meetings mediated by the EFL, Sky acknowledged that certain elements of the coverage on the day during the on-air discussion pre-match and following day were not as fair and balanced as they should have been. Oh dear. And Sky have apologised to Millwall. Interesting. Very interesting. Here is Marcondes to Fosu. Fosu to De Silva. De Silva's looking for, I think it's Godos on the far side. I don't know if Godos and Canos have swapped wings temporarily. It's hard to see with the players sodden in this wet and wild condition. Please give us a Christmas joke. I don't know if I know any jokes. Godos back to Fosu. Does he want a corner? He's either want a corner or a throw-in off of Jamal Lewis. 30 minutes gone. I think it's a corner. Yeah, Godos is strolling over. So is Janelt. Pinnock has gone forward again. He's been dangerous from the past two corners. It's going to come in from the right-hand side. Newcastle man-to-man there with Pinnock and Marcondes and Canos. Sorensen's trying to get a run on Clark at the back post. It's going to be a left-footed corner from the right-hand side. In it comes. Darlow's coming. Doesn't quite get it. Fosu on the edge of the box. Sees his name in lights and half volleys that one way, way over the crossbar. I think the players are just struggling a little bit. Well, A, with the conditions and B, with a bit of intensity at the end of a long run of games. Storming a teacup. At least now Sky will be let in to show the Watford game. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's been called off, hasn't it? Yeah. Same as Ipswich. Next two games called off for them. Some COVID issues. Slip down the line. And something's been given there. Maybe a pull by Jacob Murphy. It's not an offside flag, that one's for sure. 32 gone in this one. Brentford 0, Newcastle 0. Quality just struggling the past 5 minutes as the weather gets worse and worse. A little bit of a drop off. It had been a good game up until about 25. Players just struggling at the moment. Pinnock. Fosu. Dummy by him. Plays it up the line to Godos, who has swapped wings with Canos for the past 5 minutes or so. Fosu is going to take the throw. Neither side really of managing to get any attacking flow build up ahead of steam, certainly in the last 10 minutes, although there have been chances. But no real momentum for either side, if you know what I mean. Fosu throws that one into Marcondes in central midfield. He gives it back to Fosu, who gives it back to Marcondes, who's come deep to try and solve the issues at the moment. Thompson to Sorensen. It's getting stretched and Sorensen just boots it into the channel and it's cleared by Hayden. Yeah, messy. Not the most entertaining last 5 minutes, let's just say. We'll blame it on the rain, shall we, and give the players a pass. Thrown in to De Silva. That bounces over his head. And here comes Clark. Clark to Lewis. Lewis to Hayden. Back to Clark. And that tippy-tappy allows everybody to completely reset their positions. And Yeah, they're just playing it about amongst themselves at the back here. Newcastle going nowhere in particular. Here's Lewis. And again, it goes into the centre halves. Brentford happy to let them have the ball. They're obviously confident that they're not going to be able to pick a pass. So it goes directly into the front, and they're right. It's headed away, but they win the drop down, and now they've got it in midfield with Shelby, who can pick a pass into Fraser. Fraser in behind. Good strike on the half volley by Ryan Fraser. There was the difference between the Newcastle centre-halves having time on the ball and John Joe Shelby having time on the ball. Picked out a lovely ball to Fraser, who knocks it down, hits the half volley. Good chest by Fraser. His technique holds up on him, hits it well. And Daniels tips it over the top. Newcastle definitely most dangerous when they can shift the ball quickly either into the front or into the channels for either of their wingers. It's old school, but it's kind of fun to watch, actually, because you don't see it very much anymore these days. Corner for Newcastle. In from Shelby. Daniels punches. It's going to go out for a throw-in to Newcastle United. Just saw Andy Carroll warming up. You'd think he would love this system with the two wingers. Suit him down to the ground. The ball is back with Darlow. Tony, how will this pitch hold up until May if both rugby and football happen every week? You tell me. Not very well, probably, especially if the rain keeps coming down. Now, that's a good question. Under what circumstances do you think they'd bring on Tony? I suspect if they're under quite a few circumstances, actually. If they're chasing the game with 10 to go, I think they'd stick him in. I think the only circumstances they wouldn't put him in is if they were winning by 2 and felt they didn't need to. But I think we'll see him at some point. Long one forward. Easy for Daniels. Which manager were you excited to see in the Championship, but then totally flopped? Leonid Slutsky, for me, says Thelvins. Got probably any of the Nottingham Forest ones that last about a year and then get unceremoniously ditched. And there have been many of them. The Ipswich physio Bayard is suggesting a COVID circuit breaker. There's a temporary pause. Football may not get started again until it's too late to finish the season. Yeah, Chris, maybe the Ipswich physio Bayard might want to concentrate on the continual injuries at Ipswich and maybe trying to prevent a few. But yeah, I'm sure his opinions on COVID, Chris, will go into the ether and out the other end at some point. Lewis crosses that one in, headed away. Wilson was trying to get there, but it's clear. Newcastle just on top the last few minutes. But here is De Silva. Nice feet by him. He plays one over the top for force to challenge for, but the Newcastle centre-halves double team him and win that one back. Darlow plays it out to Yedlin. If Newcastle played with more pace, they'd be a lot more dangerous like they are now. Yedlin coming forward from full-back. Murphy. Shelby. Shelby puts it into the box. Almiron got a touch on it. It went up in the air. I think he thought about trying an overhead kick then, just kind of ballooned and just stayed there and wouldn't come back down for him. Here come Brentford on the counter with De Silva, who actually I've enjoyed this half. And of course, as I say that, he gets tackled and gives the ball away. Longstaff, though, has in turn given it away. And who's the foul been given against there? It's been given against Longstaff, who claims he himself was pulled. He clearly disagrees with the ref on that one. Brentford have the dead ball. I think they're going to stick it in the box. Pinnock's gone forward. Sorensen has gone forward. I think Janelt's going to take it. It looks like they're trying to get Pinnock on top of Yedlin here. Newcastle going zonal, but Wilson's just gone in to help Yedlin deal with Pinnock. You would assume that's where this free kick is going to be put. Although they're trying something a bit clever here. They've got 2 players far right, 2 players far left, and 2 down the middle. You don't know where it's going to go. It's gone to Sorensen, and it's flicked on and away and out for another corner. Corner. Smash a like and sub to the great Ben Bloom. The great Ben Bloom. I'll go with that one. Yeah, please hit the like button. And subscribe if you haven't already. 13,560 something subscribers. It keeps rising, which is good. Bad because I can't keep track, but good. In the corner goes to the back post. Pinnock's under it again. It's hoofed clear. And a race between Murphy and Thompson. Thompson gets away with one there. He let that bounce and ended up in an aerial challenge with Murphy, but he does well in the end, Thompson. De Silva to Pinnock. Pinnock back to De Silva. Dancing feet by him. Back to Pinnock. De Silva again. 41-15 gone in this one. This game, when the intensity's been up, has been good. When it's dropped, has not. If that's not stating the bleeding obvious. Knocked down the line there and cleared out by Sorensen. Newcastle have the throw. Nice little nutmeg there. But it's gone loose to Godos, who plays it to De Silva, who drives forward. Canos, lovely touch by Canos to Godos, to Marcondes. Marcondes coming down the left. Good football. Poor cross by Marcondes. We got lucky, though, because the ricochet has gone for Janelt, who plays it to Thompson. Marcondes gets another go, plays it to Canos. Canos stood up by Hayden. He wants to try and take him on. That's awful from Canos there, who was guilty of missing that huge headed chance as well there. Just took himself on in the end there and dribbled it out of play. I'm sure Thomas Frank won't have been too impressed with that. If Brentford don't go up, will Tony be in the Prem? I suspect he might be, actually. See what his total is by the end of the season and see if he stays injury clear. Subscribe to this amazing channel. He's a great bloke and the best YouTuber ever. Honoured to call him my mate. Comment of the day, Charlie. But yes, subscribe. Ring the bell. All of that good stuff. Shelby plays it back to Clark, to Lewis, who's had a lot of ball. I suppose a full-back playing against a 4-3-3. Often stacks up that way. Hayden. 43 up. Good forward play there by Wilson. Now Wilson in behind. Wilson into the box. Sorensen makes the challenge. Wilson still got it. He's been driven wide by the keeper. Back into Fraser. Fraser hits the shot. Blocked out by Fosu. Callum Wilson there, strong, running in behind. Couldn't quite at any point get a comfortable moment. So I suppose that implies it was well defended. A comfortable moment to get a shot away there, or indeed draw a foul from the keeper. One of these matches that seems to be particularly missing a crowd. Yeah, it just goes dead at times, doesn't it, Mr. E, this game? I have to say. We won't just blame Steve Bruce for that, will we? Russ, excellent. Everyone sub, like and turn on the notifications. Thank you, everybody, for doing my bidding for me here. Some excellent plugging, but thank you, Russ. Very kind. Fraser, 44-27 up. We are closing in on half-time. You can get some questions in for me for half-time because there won't be a lot to talk about. No other games going on. Not a great deal happening in this one. Pinnock Missed chance. Godos hit the crossbar, didn't he? Kanyos, big missed chance for Brentford. Up the other end, I'm trying to recall. There was a chance for Newcastle, wasn't there? Safe to say, I think, there you go, not even any stoppage time in this one. Safe to say, I think that Brentford have had the better in terms of the chances. Shall we have a look at the numbers in that one? Get your questions in, and we'll see what we can chit-chat about over half-time in this one. Few nice moments, but it did become a bit of a tough watch at times, didn't it? There are the numbers. Let me make that smaller so we can get them all on one page. 6 shots to 5 in Brentford's favour. Only the 1 on target. 3 for Newcastle. Ryan Fraser with a good half volley. Callum Wilson getting into the box once, can get a shot off. Fraser, good cross for Wilson as well. 5 on target though, and none. Sorry, 5 off target and none for Newcastle. Wrong way around. 4 corners to 1 for Brentford. 1 big chance to 0. I'm guessing that was Sergi Kanyos's header where Pinnock had gone to the back post and nodded it back over, and Kanyos seemed to close his eyes at the vital moment there and couldn't get a header on. Any questions in? Any thoughts on the first half? Give us something to talk about, guys. In this one, it's we can't talk about league positions because it's a Carabao Cup quarter final. Newcastle with slightly a stronger selection in terms of their squad and their intentions. And I suppose I do buy the argument that if you're Newcastle and you're 2/3 of the way down, or 1/3 of the way up the league, do you really need to rest players in this one? Can you go ahead and get a Wembley appearance and possibly a trophy? Goodness me. Right. What have we got here? Best game I've seen live. I've always got a very, very quick answer to that. Ipswich 5, Bolton 3. Playoff semi-final, second leg, the year 2000. You'll never, ever see anything like that. Do you think the League Cup has a long-term future? Probably not, does it, Mr. E? I mean, it depends on your definition of long-term. But I mean, COVID exposes the fixture list, doesn't it? And other than the sponsors, does anyone care too much? I guess it's an early trophy for one of the big teams normally, isn't it? So, no, I'm not sure it does have a long-term future, but it's one of those things where I guess nobody wants to be the ones to get rid of it, do they? What am I looking for this Christmas? I'm looking for everyone to get vaccinated and the world to start up again so we can all see our friends and families and act like humans have acted for most of their time on this planet. So, yeah, that would be easy one there. Turkey for dinner or other chicken and beef here. We've got some lamb and some chicken, only on the basis we left it too late for turkey. Although I'm not too asked about turkey, honestly. You have to get it just right, don't you? It can get a little bit dry if you cook it too long. Rank the European leagues, says Noah. Well, obviously the Championship has to be top, doesn't it? Maybe then followed by the Premier League. I don't know. I think the Premier League's the best, isn't it? Because okay, you don't have a Bayern Munich or a Barca or a Real Madrid, but you do have, and I saw Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher picking their teams of the year of 2020 and talking about the front left players that play in the Premier League, and that you've got sort of 4 of the best in the world, and it does make you think, doesn't it? So, Fennick says, poor from us, but I do think Wilson will score. Yeah, Wilson looks dangerous, doesn't he? He had the measure there. I didn't mention this chance, actually. They're showing it back on Sky. Had the measure of Sørensen, got in behind and slapped the half volley goalwards. And then Sørensen just toe-ending it away. The other chance for Newcastle through Fraser. Does well with it, chests it down and tipped over. Wilson, the last chance here for Newcastle. I think he's just hoping for a touch off the keeper and he can go down there. It made it look quite productive, that, for Newcastle, those 4 chances. Boxing Day prediction, Reading versus Luton. Charlie, it's difficult with Reading without, I mean, we'll do it properly in the preview stream. It's difficult for Reading without Zhao, Maite and Richards. We're expecting Swift back soon. Luton are a good side. You make Luton favourites if it was at the Kenny, wouldn't you? Especially with those injured players there. Tough one to call, Charlie, so I'll plead the fifth on that until we're closer to the time and I know a bit more about the injuries. Russ, do you think Rooney could do a good job on a permanent basis as Derby boss? Yeah, of course. It's tricky to say. First of all, there's the Rooney derangement syndrome that people have, where they seem to have very extreme opinions on the player for whatever reason. And that's up to the person. If they're unable to cope without having extreme opinions on him, then that's their issue, probably not his. But he's played under some really good managers, hasn't he? I think there's some strange idea that he's not studious or what have you, that he played off the cuff and all of that. But I don't know. He's been a very successful footballer for many, many years. So presumably he picked up some good habits, didn't he? So I'd love to see it as well. And for our YouTube channel here, it's great to have big names managing in the Championship, because big names make big stories. And people want to watch us talk about big names making big stories, don't they? I eat spag bol now, Ben. Well, you enjoy that spag bol. Charlie, I want to be cancer-free this Christmas, but not going to happen. Staying strong, though. We'll get there in the end, Charlie. Everything crossed for you. I'm sure everybody has got everything crossed for you on that one, my friend. I think Brentford score from a corner. Pinnock, probably. Well, and if Brentford do score from a corner, look, yes. Even if Pinnock doesn't score, he'll be right in the midst of the action, causing a nuisance, no doubt, won't he? Have a great Christmas too, Leeds 2020. I'm sure we'll be back with some Leeds content for you. I haven't done the calendar, actually. I need to. I'm looking up there and there's nothing written up there. I'm D-Mob happy myself here, getting up to Christmas. Although, truly, if you're doing what I do and working on YouTube, the break doesn't really come until January the 2nd. And then we actually get 2 weeks off from the Championship. Managed to get my boss off my back today. So what does that mean, Lee? Your boss been haranguing you? I think we need to hear more about this, Lee. Worst ground I've been to. Oh, I don't want to slag them off, but Elm Park was awful. The Manor Ground, Oxford, the old terrace there. Stockport, Edgeley Park. That was a bit of a throwback, wasn't it? Maybe one of those three. I think maybe Stockport, because every time I used to go there, it used to just hammer down with rain. So not only was the ground not the most comfortable, but you're miserable because of the rain anyway. Honestly, Crystal Palace, the poll. Are we talking about our view? Does that Millwall statement mean they think that Sky were biased towards us? Sky haters. I don't know. Honestly, we've made a call here on the channel. when it comes to talking about, and this then starts to go into taking a knee and the Premier League support and football support for Black Lives Matters. And I hate to say, I'm just not going to talk about it because whatever you say, people just start arguing. So I will leave it, Noah. But the Millwall statement is now up on their website and on their Twitter, so you can take a look there. West Brom created 0.02 XG in Big Sam's debut, sending offshore, but never seen smaller. I think I've seen someone win with smaller, and someone double check me on this. I think Birmingham beat Brentford on the first day of last season. I think it was 0.01. Christian Pedersen scored a header from outside the box, and that was their only effort on goal. So someone double check me on that. But yeah, sensational economy there from Birmingham last season. John says, why make 6 changes? Great chance to get to a semi. And he makes all them changes. He obviously cares less about it than you, John, I think. The old concentrate on the league thing. And I assume you're talking about Brentford. No Raya and Dalsgaard and Henry and Jensen and Tony and Buemo. I think we'll see some of them in the second half. But yeah, for a club like Brentford, it's strange, isn't it? Because you want the glory of winning a trophy. That should be what it's about. But even 1 year in the Premier League and the 100 million quid and then the 75 million quid's worth of parachute payments would change that club and just put them up a level. So you can kind of understand it. Although to us fans, you want the glory, you want the trophy, you want the cup final. Yeah. Elm Park was horrible, but my first stadium as a Reading fan, special place. But wasn't the best. We always used to win there, Ipswich, at Elm Park. I think we won 4-0 2 years running as well. Do you know, Liam, he's mentioned Northampton. I've never been to Northampton. I'm living in blooming Bedfordshire, so I'm not even that far. And Ipswich will be going there this season, but obviously rather tricky to get to games at the moment. Millwall was an interesting place. They used to have a nightclub at the back. Tremendous. £15 entry and free drinks all night. Sensational stuff. Rotherham were good then. I remember Ronnie Moore taking them up the leagues and strangely saying that he wanted the Ipswich job when he'd been prank called about it. Look that up. I promise. True story. Ronnie Moore and the Ipswich link after... Was it after George Burley went? Or was it after Joe Royle went? I can't remember. Pass. Arsenal versus Man City is being plugged on Sky. Mikel Arteta against his former employers. That is the second Carabao Cup quarter-final. Stoke-Tottenham we will cover tomorrow night. That could be a hard watch knowing those two managers, couldn't it? Everton versus... Nothing against those two managers, but both Michael O'Neill and Jose Mourinho can be passive. Sky want Ivan Toney to come on. I can't remember who was asking earlier in the chat. They can't keep the camera off the poor bloke. He's just trying to do his warm-up in the rain there, Ivan. But yes, it would be nice to see him, wouldn't it? Sky are just going to their turbo break. So I suspect we will be back in just a minute on the game. Jack says, West Brom have a squad very well suited to the Championship, but lacks the bottle, leadership and raw quality for a decent standard Premier League team. Yeah, they're all fair comments, Jack, from you. I wonder if Big Sam can give them that. We will see how he gets on. No one can deny he's been very successful and provided exactly what you need for many clubs actually, before, hasn't he? Bolton and Blackburn and Palace, Everton as well. He's managed some big clubs. Newcastle, that was a complete abject fail, but Big Sam has been quality over his career, hasn't he? Sky is showing a load of clips of Ivan Toney scoring goals. Guys, he's not coming on yet. Honestly, calm it down. Wrong narrative. 21-1. Pinnock to score anytime. Get on it, Lock. Yes. Yeah, we don't have a bits bet today. Carl, are you worried about my what receptacle I drink my beer out of? Don't worry about it, mate. You don't worry. We'll be okay. We're now about to start in the second half. Quick plug again. We'll give Charlie one here. Our sponsor for all our live watch-alongs, Charlie Frost. 30 years, a loyal rule. Here's to many more. Charlie's in the chat, actually, if you want to ask him about his fundraising. Donate a shirt. I donated a 97.98 Ipswich Town shirt to Charlie's appeal, their fundraiser. And you can support me super chat. You can do that right now. Patreon. Lots of good stuff on Patreon. Teesprings for merchandise. But for absolutely free, just hit the like button, comment during the show, and please hit subscribe on whichever platform you're watching on. We are currently live on Facebook. Go and hit like there. Help me out there, even if you're going to watch on YouTube. And Twitter as well. A video up earlier today. I did a bit of an analysis for you guys about what it means to be wherever you are in the table at Christmas. A lot of people make comments about being top or bottom at Christmas. Well, you know me. I had a look at the evidence. And as you can imagine, it's obviously very good to be top at Christmas. 90% chance of promotion if you're top at Christmas over the last 10 years in the Championship. 80% at the bottom. Chance of relegation. Not good. Not good at all. QPR, but sorry, Mum isn't well. Makes her dementia worse. Yeah. Sorry to hear that, my friend. I feel your pain wholeheartedly there. We've kicked off. I'll just read a couple more comments here. Big Sam makes sense of the appointment, but he'll need backing in January. Current squad not suited for relegation battle. He admitted much post-match. Yeah, I think they'll give him something, won't they? Otherwise, what's the point? I'm sure they're paying him a ton of money to be there anyway. Give him some money. Will you do any videos with AFTV if they go down? I'd be delighted to, as long as they don't start yelling and swearing at me every 2 seconds and throwing their phones around. But there you go. Crossed into the box there to Callum Wilson. He looks disappointed with that one. He's headed it off target. Came in from Lewis on the left. Sorry, I was only half paying attention. Yeah, he's in the middle of the goal, actually. Probably about 10 yards out and heads that one wide. Good start then for Newcastle. I think we can indulge in another drink this half, can't we? What a beautiful sound that is through my earphones. There we go. Happy Christmas, everybody. Arsenal v Ipswich next season. Blah. Very limited odds on both of those. One of those going up and one of those going down. Into the channel for Forced to Chase. He's been quite quiet, actually, hasn't he? Newcastle sweep that one up. Got us into De Silva. Chests it down. Kanyos, lovely ball out wide to Fosu, supporting from right back. Fosu crosses. Cut out by Clark with Marcondes lurking just behind him. Nice open start to the second half here. Let's hope it keeps up in the same manner. De Silva. De Silva to Pinnock. And back to De Silva to Kanyos. Newcastle sturdy looking defensive shape there, and Brentford have to go back to Sorensen, to Thompson. And Sorensen. A difficult one down the line, but Goddard does quite well actually there. Flicks it, and Yedlin who looks like he's got some incredible tattoos there. Massive one across his chest there. You can't quite make it out under his shirt, but be interested to know what that said. Here is Murphy, and he stuck it over the top. A chase for Wilson, but Daniels comes out and gets it. Shelby does well to win that back, plays it on to Wilson. Wilson plays it out to Fraser. Fraser, Lewis on the overlap. Lewis, low cross, looking for Wilson, who has fouled Janelle, who was covering central midfielder, covering there, helping his centre-backs out. Newcastle attacking with a little bit more purpose here at the start of this second half. What have we got here? I get asked this every stream. Tony, what team do I support? Ipswich Town. I'm a Leeds fan. We need an experienced goalkeeper. Oh, I'm a big fan of Meslier, I have to say. Needs more time. One player you would take from your biggest rivals over the years. For me as a Blade, it'd be... God, there's plenty of Norwich players I would have taken over the years. Madison, Bellamy, Buendia, Pookie, Aarons. God, tons of them. Chris Sutton, Crook, Bowen. Tons of them. That's some good players. Especially Madison and Buendia of recent times. Happy Christmas, Alex. What are we? How many days are we away now? 3 days away from Christmas 2020. We'll never forget this one, will we? Meslier is great. I want him to... How old is Meslier, Banana Tree Gamer? Must only be about 20 or 21 or something, mustn't he? Great player. Darlow closed down, but clears that left-footed. Out of play it goes. Nice catch by Fosu, who throws it in to De Silva. Give and go there. De Silva, who I've rather enjoyed watching today, actually. And as soon as I say that, he gives the ball away. Nice, silky player at best, De Silva. Oh, now here comes Murphy. They've turned it over quickly. Murphy into the box, and he's driven wide by Thompson, who does really well there. Murphy has one touch too many there. Should have got a shot off. Newcastle, as ever, they're most dangerous when they go direct. Longstaff plays it through. Thompson does well in the end just to lever Murphy off the ball, but Almiron, barely mentioned him, Almiron and Wilson, both in the middle there. What's the score, Matthew? It's on the screen, buddy. 0-0. It's a watch-along, hey? We had a few 0-0s recently, haven't we? Does anyone feel Christmassy yet? Not really, Lee. Shaylee puts the John Barrowman Christmas album on downstairs, which kind of gets me in the mood a little bit when we're cooking or whatever. But sometimes it's just Alexa, play Christmas music and see what comes out. But try that. Merry Christmas, Ben and Shaylee. Hope you have Christmas you both deserve. Thank you. Steve Bruce will kill my insomnia. Hey, it's Michael O'Neill versus Jose Mourinho tomorrow night, Tony. So join us for that, buddy. You want your insomnia cured? It's going to be great. So long as we get Kane and Son, I'll be happy enough. Free kick to Newcastle. 52 gone in this one. All I want for Christmas is you. I sang for a second and then I hear the dog started barking. It doesn't bode well. Shelby with the switch of play. Now, are we going to get the same pattern we got in the first half where we get a period of intensity followed by a bit of a blah 10 minutes? I hope not, because the blah 10 minutes is about to start, isn't it? Going to munch on bad food and lose it in January. I like that, QPR forever. Actually, I've eaten that. Your food wasn't bad. It was tasted very nice. May have been some calories in it. Thank you again, QPR forever, for the mince pies and the Christmas cake and the apple pies as well. Lovely stuff. Yeah, I was worried the dog didn't like my singing. That was the issue. Although, to be fair, that was Nessie barking, one of our 2 dogs, and she can be very stroppy at times. So it could have been anything that she was barking at. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. 53 gone, Brentford 0, Newcastle 0. Come on, 22 professional footballers, entertain me, please. You need to do better than this. If not, I want Andy Carroll, I want Dwight Gale, I want Ivan Toney, I want Brian Mbeumo, and I want them all at once, all subbed in. I should be able to control the subs for my own entertainment. Murphy, Longstaff, looking for Wilson. Sorensen shanks it clear with the left foot. Kanyos has got it. More by luck than judgment. He's going to try and take on Murphy there. It's gone inside to De Silva. De Silva to Godos, to Fosu. Good attack this by Brentford. Where's the end product? Good step over. Fosu, low drive across the box. Darlow just manages to get it blocked. Force was waiting to see if he could get on the end of that. I think it was Isaac Hayden who got it clear in the end. Good attack by Brentford. No end product, though, still. But we're going to get a long throw in from the right-hand side. We're just seeing a replay of that. Lovely double step over there by Fosu. I think they're calling for handball there. That would be incredibly harsh. It hits Hayden in the nether regions. His arms are not in an unnatural position. So by my reading of the handball laws, neither deliberate or arms in an unnatural position there. So not for me. Long throw goes in. Pinnock there on the near post. And Darlow comes out and punches. Has he won a goal kick as well? I think he just about has. Who takes pens for bees? Well, Ivan Toney takes them, and he takes about 3 steps, doesn't he? Strolls up, sends the keeper the wrong way. I don't know who will take all the other ones. How's it going, Benjamin, mate? Says MWF Gamer with someone doing a Rabona in a PSG stadium there. I'm good, by the way, to answer the question. Yeah, I'm good. Here is, I must admit, I had a bit of a nap before this. Got up early this morning and worked on the video. Then we went and did some shopping as well. I've got to take dogs for a walk after this as well. All go here, but I'm good. Here's Fraser to Lewis. Lewis gets it in. Good catch by Daniels. Bowls it out. It's with Kanyos via Marcondes. Do you think it'll be back to normal with fans come next season? I blooming hope so, Matthew. But yes, I do. We should have deployed millions of vaccines by August. Surely. Sorensen plays that out to Thompson. Thompson sends it back to Sorensen. It's gone out to Kanyos. Newcastle, 2 banks of 4 behind the ball here. Almiron dropped off as well in a 10 position when they don't have the ball. Pinnock to De Silva. Sorensen has it now. Brentford need a bit more snap to their play. Sorensen's gone long into the channel. That's going to be easy for Hayden. Although he's going to have to put it out for a throw, I think. Yeah. Here comes Dwight Gale. So I suspect Almiron is going to be coming off for Newcastle. And Gale will go on and play up top with Callum Wilson. Dwight Gale, an absolute championship goal machine, isn't he? Going to get another throw in, which Sorensen's going to take long. How's the game so far, says Adam. Hit and miss, mate. Hit and miss. Some good periods, but a fair few messy, sort of lacking periods. But bad weather. And we know Steve Bruce knows how to shut out a game, doesn't he? Make it hard for the opponents. Although Newcastle have created chances, haven't they? Not surprised to see a 0-0 so far. Who's coming off then? Oh, okay. We're going to get a Brentford sub first. And it's the return of Christian Norgard, who I'm very pleased to see. Because he's been out for a long, long while. And he's going to go and sit in central midfield, as he did all the while last year for Brentford. Good player. Norgard makes his return for the first team. The Dwight Gale sub hasn't been met just yet. Was Almiron playing alongside? Yes, he was. Although he's not been very busy, Anir. Not too many touches in this game. Got a free kick to Newcastle in the centre circle. Clipped out wide. It's gone back, but Shelby's picked it up. Back into the centre circle, and I think it's Longstaff had to go all the way home to Darlow, who is going to go long. Oh dear, Messi. And out it goes for a throw on. Right, are Newcastle going to make this sub? 60 minutes gone here. Gale is still trying to keep himself warm. Here is Marcondes in the centre circle himself. Just drifts that out left to Thompson. Thompson to Marcondes again. And Sorensen goes home to Daniels and gets it back. Is Jensen injured, or does Frank not want to risk him? The second one, just being rested. Yes, I'll be here on Boxing Day, Liam, in Tier 4. No one to go and see, so yeah, I can get on Boxing Day. Here is Kanyos. I think Kanyos has won a corner. Right, are we finally going to see is Steve Bruce going to break the never make a substitution when you're defending a set play myth rule and stick Dwight Gale in? Not yet. Pinnock and Sorensen come forward. Well, Dwight Gale's actually gone and sat down. I don't know what's going on there. I can't see anything that's happened in the game that would lead Steve Bruce to change his mind. I mean, Brentford swapped the central midfielder for a central midfielder, but nothing's changed. So I don't know why Gale's not come on there. Here comes a corner from Brentford. Flat one from Godos. Out it goes. Gone all the way over. De Silva's kept it alive on the far side. He's knocked it back to Thompson. Godos heads it back in. Oh, Kanyos there. Good shot. Charged down, and an even fiercer shot there by Christian Norgard. Not known for his goal-scoring prowess. And someone gets a head in the way of that. Travelled so quickly, I didn't catch who it was. Good hit by Kanyos the first time, and it's Kieran Clark. Norgard absolutely smashes that. And here is Sky Sports favourite, Ivan Toney, putting his GPS gear on. And we're going to see him very soon. Subs could win it, says Ryan. I suspect you may well be right there in whatever shape, form or fashion. They're going to need to now because the first 11s haven't managed to do it. Brentford corner and Newcastle have cleared that. It's gone all the way back. Big, huge goal kick. And Darlow has it. Buzzing that I might be in the ground. Yes, Bristol City, and here. Your lucky one in tier 3 there, I think. Is that right? But I saw them tweet that they'd had tickets on sale. Is this game worth putting on? What do you mean, David? As in a bet? Depends who you're betting on. The pitch isn't worth putting on. It's horrible. Right, what's happening? Okay, Dwight Gale is coming on. I think Joe Linton's coming on as well, so he's probably going to change both of his front two. Almiron is off for Gale. Almiron, bless him, did nothing in this game, did he? I wonder if Wilson's going to come off just to give him a rest. No, Ryan Fraser is going to come. I wonder what Steve Bruce is up to here. Joe Linton's come on. So Newcastle now have Gale, Wilson and Joe Linton on. But who's playing down the left? Unless they've gone for a 4-3-3 with 3 actual strikers. We'll have a look. Well, Gale certainly looks central. I think has Joe Linton gone down the left? Possibly. We'll see. I think Ivan Toney's about to come on as well. Oh, crossed into the box, and we have the opening goal. Josh Da Silva has slammed home a left foot volley, a trademark Josh Da Silva goal. So despite that double sub by Steve Bruce, Brentford immediately then take the lead. It was from a cross from the left-hand side. Marcondes played it down the line. Kanyos is in the box. He crosses it right-footed. And, yeah, it's absolutely trademark Josh Da Silva goal. Arriving first time, left foot, side foot, in it goes. And Brentford have the lead on 65 minutes. Brentford 1, Newcastle 0. And will the Geordies come out a bit now and attack. Da Silva is the goal scorer, and Brentford, who we think are about to bring Ivan Toney on, have the lead. 1-0 Brentford. Get your thoughts in on that one. Beautiful. Beautiful goal. Goal. Lovely stuff. Colm says it's going to penalties just to get a goal for you, and then we get the goal a minute later. Gale and Toney, battle of the ex-Peterborough strikers. Oh, yes. We'd add Assombalonga and Marriott into those ones as well. Yeah, there are some good strikers, haven't they? Steve Bruce shouldn't be Newcastle manager from all the Newcastle fans I've seen. It's Mike Ashley, isn't it? He loves his experienced managers. Anything else? I mean, is it worth watching? It ended up a good time to stick it on the telly. There you go, David. Follow the channel, and the goals will come. The goals will come. Someone had asked about a championship team. Hang on. Sorry, I'm just searching. Oh, deflected shot there from Wilson. It's gone over the bar. It was played in by Joe Linton. It's a good block by Mads Sorensen there. Sorry, someone had asked about a championship. I can't see the comment about a championship team of the season so far. We're going to do a bit of work on that. That will be done after January the 2nd when we're at 23 games and we've got the FA Cup break. Right, Kanyos is coming off. I'm guessing Tony is coming on. So Force will sort of go out to the side, I'd imagine. And it will be Force, Tony and Godos as the front three. Kanyos should have scored in the first half, but he did get the assist for the goal. So Tony is on, much to Sky Sports' pleasure. And it goes into the box. Someone's fouled someone. Kieran Clark, by the look of it. Bees, 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 says Hal and his bicep. Nice goal. Opens the game up. Yes, you'd hope so now, Charlie. See Newcastle go for it and the game open up. Most goals in England's top 4 tiers. Ivan Toney since August 19. 42. 42 in 18 months. Sensational from Toney. I wonder if he can score against his ex-employers here in the remaining 20 minutes of this one. 69-34 gone. Let's see if Newcastle up the intensity. Lovely header on there by Gale. Gale's not very tall, but seems to have a great aerial presence, doesn't he? Proper fox in the box is Gale. I think John Joe Shelby is going to get a yellow card there. He's caught Christian Norgard. And he does indeed. Yeah, just a bit late, the Newcastle captain. Yeah, this is definitely a Tony derby, isn't it? I want to double check that one. Hang on a sec. What does the internet say? The internet will tell us, I promise. Let's go to the split screen there. Sorry, I know it's Wikipedia, but they do present the seasons well. There you go. Northampton. 2 Premier League games for Newcastle, Tony. And then Barnsley on loan, 1 goal. Shrewsbury, 6 goals on loan. Scunthorpe, 6 goals on loan. Wigan, 4 goals on loan. Scunthorpe, 8 goals on loan. And then Peterborough, look at that. 40 goals for Peterborough. And then 16 already in 20 for Brentford. So he's peaking now, Mr. Tony, isn't he? 71-26 gone. Throw in for Newcastle down the left as Kieran Clark tries to find the ball from behind the big sponsorship hoardings. The LED boys. You didn't have them at Griffin Park, did you? Hayden, Yedlin, Shelby. Newcastle can pass the ball amongst their back 4 as much as they like, but they need a goal. Hayden again. Yedlin goes long. Sorensen heads clear. And now Brentford can sit in to some extent and try and draw Newcastle on. Newcastle are pressing. Steve Bruce just tweaking from the sidelines. He's got 18 minutes normal time, Steve Bruce, and he needs a goal. Yedlin with the throw for Newcastle down the right. Cleared out and Godos boots it forward. Here's Tony's going to get his first touch. running off the back of Hayden. He's got no support whatsoever, Tony. It does well, actually. Finds Godos coming in off the left. Godos, really poor from De Silva, who I've really enjoyed today, actually, even prior to the goal. Interesting one there, because a big slide challenge there from Dom Thompson. He takes the ball, but Dwight Gale goes down. And I bet if we see that in super duper slow motion, that makes everything look awful. You get him on the follow through. I'm sure VAR would check that for 35 minutes in the Premier League and then send him off and ban him for 8 games. Cynical, me, never. Fancy a Chinese now, Ben. Get involved. Hey, what else can we do this Christmas other than eat in Tier 4? Daniels bowls it out to Norgard, who plays it back, and Daniels has to go long. And he's turned it over to Newcastle. High up the pitch, though. Lewis. Nice touch there initially, but he's given it away. Tony boots the ball clear. Is he going to get a booking for that? After the whistle had gone? He doesn't. Norgard got caught. So I think it's going to be a Brentford free kick, yeah. And they will take their sweet time over this. Oh, I haven't had KFC for ages. And what did you have? Tell me what you had. Sophie says, come on the bees. Well, they're doing absolutely fine. Sujai says, who's going to win? Well, at the moment, Brentford. Newcastle need to go. But here they come on the break. Gale, lovely layoff. Good player, Gale. Murphy. Coming down the right. Godos with him. Good defending, actually, by Godos. Murphy gets the cross in. Headed out by Sorensen. Does well. Norgard to De Silva. Can he shield the ball? Yes. And he plays the channel to Tony with Hayden. Tony wins the throw. He wants to take it quickly. No one to throw it to. Just a different threat since Tony came on. They look a bit more fearful of him, the Newcastle centre-halves, than they did. Well, I suppose Kanyos did get the assist, didn't he? But he's now off. Sorensen is going to take the throw-in for the Bees. He's just drying the ball. Killing a bit of time in the process. 76 minutes now gone. Long throw goes in. Oh, chance there. Pinnock won it on the near post. I think it was Norgard arriving. Good save by Darlow. Chance for Brentford there. Shelvey heads it away. I need to see a replay of that. I think that was a pretty good chance, actually. Here comes Shelvey. Big long ball by him. Great pass. Callum Wilson heads that on to Gale, who plays it back to Wilson. And Wilson wins the corner. Good play all round there at both ends. Corner for Newcastle. Is Sky going to show us a replay of anything before? I don't think they are. $77 gone. Newcastle corner. Right footer from Murphy. In it comes. Headed goalwards. Tony clears it. And Yedlin is back. He's going to recycle. Lewis give and go there. And Yedlin has it. Murphy down the right. Engages De Silva. Lewis coming forward from left back. Oh, that's awful from Joe Linton. He just takes his eye off the ball. It goes under his foot. And another attack breaks down. On comes Matthias Jensen. He's got one of those Paul Gascoigne masks on. Presumably he's got a facial injury. Oh, Andy Carroll's coming on. Excellent. It's going to be great for my entertainment. Here is Murphy. Murphy hits a long ranger. That is poor. Please, Steve Bruce, can we get Gale, Wilson, Joe Linton and Carroll all on the pitch at once? This is a lot of fun. Right, here's the Brentford chance. Long throw in. Pinnock gets the flick. Oh, Norgard, huge chance there. He's stretching. Good save by Carl Darlow there. The long throw in working a treat there. A zinger meal with a Pepsi Max. Love it. Love it. I need to get me one of them, actually. I think we're doing a takeaway, actually. We have this all very organised in my household. I think we're doing a takeaway, maybe on the 27th. I'll throw it in there. They're not doing fine. They're doing excellently. Oh, I stand corrected, Sophie. If Brentford missed promotion, which Premier League team? Because that's a good question. I'll put that to the chat. Which Premier League team would sign Tony? More to the point, who would have a spot for him to actually start a game? Here comes Goddess down the left-hand side. Engages Yedlin. De Silva, who's a great shooter from the edge of the box, gets the shot off and it is blocked. 79-28. Still waiting for Andy Carroll. Andy Carroll is my worst nightmare. Interesting. Carroll, blast from the past. What a player he was, though. If he can get anywhere near where he was, hell of a player. Left back off, Andy Carroll on. This is going to be a lot of fun, this last 10 minutes, I hope. Andy Carroll is probably going to tell about 8 players now where they've all got to go. So Lewis is off and Carroll is on. I'm trying to figure out what he'll do. Probably just go 3 at the back, won't he? And is there even 4 midfielders on there? So it'll probably be a 3-4-3 and Joe Linton will stay in midfield. Matthias Jensen is on. Good game by Josh De Silva today, even before his goal. I do like him, actually. He's going to sup his energy drink. Another Brentford long throw goes in from Sorensen. Tony volleys at goal left-footed. That's blocked before it even leaves his foot virtually. Joe says Brighton. That's a good shout. Yeah, and all of these Premier League teams can afford if there's a chance of staying up, they can all afford the 25 million quid, won't they? Newcastle now every single strike. You love to see it, Callum. You love to see it, don't you? Burnley or Newcastle getting Tony back. Yeah. Palace. That's a good shout as well. They took Eze. West Ham as well take all the good Championship players, don't they? But we'll see. We'll see if Brentford can get themselves up. Although they've got to get past Norwich, Bournemouth and Watford. Steve Bruce looks exasperated on the touchline there. So it looks like Dwight Gale's nominally moved to the right. And it's Wilson and Carroll up top. But, God, some strikers on for Newcastle here. And crikey, I mean, I don't know a lot about Joe Linton, I have to say, but certainly Carroll, Wilson and Gale, hundreds of goals they've scored between the 3 of them. Here is Murphy, blocked out by Norgard. Marcondes looking for force. He's been quite quiet tonight, hasn't he? 82-14 gone. Brentford 1, Newcastle 0. The Championship side heading through to the semi-finals. Yedlin. Murphy. Murphy beats Goddess, crosses in, flicked on by Gale, and Wilson can't control it. Clever by Dwight Gale. What about tomorrow's game, says Sujai? I think it's tonight, isn't it? Gunners Man City. Well, join us tomorrow, Sujai, for Spurs and Stoke. Obviously, you make Spurs favourites, but Stoke know how to defend. We'll just see what sort of a team they actually put out. Brighton are the worst finishers in the Premier League. Well, there you go. They could do with Ivan Toney then, couldn't they? Brentford doing a Bristol City from a couple of years ago. Yeah, Bristol City got right far in this one, didn't they? Went off to Manchester City, and Lee Johnson then did every possible interview he could about it, couldn't he? Good old Lee. Streaky Lee now at Sunderland. Murphy throws it down the line looking for Carroll. And Carroll has had a foul given against him. There's a player called James Scowcroft who used to play for Ipswich. Really good player, really tall, big guy. Used to have so many fouls given against him just because he was big. I think that just happened to Andy Carroll. Thomas Frank is coaching away. I don't know who he's talking to there. Chipping away from the sidelines there. Maybe they just need to tweak a little bit defensively now, especially given Carroll is on. Long one forward to Tony. He is making a nuisance of himself, but Newcastle get it clear, up in the air and out from Thompson. So we're 6 minutes away, essentially, from Brentford's half a reserve team and half of the first team getting a win over Premier League Newcastle United. Up the Streaky Lee. There we go. We did win this cup in 1967. Ipswich never won this one, did they? Ipswich in the semi-finals against Birmingham in 2001 and got knocked out. Carroll. Oh, well, we were talking about, is he as good as he used to be? On the evidence of that shot, no. Hope Stoke can hold Tottenham to extra time so they get tired. Let's go on Saturday. Good theory, Callum, but I think these ones go straight to penalties, don't they? I think Stoke are going to rest some players, put it that way. We'll see. Carroll, wee! Indeedio. Big Sam will be opening the checkbook soon. You'd hope. The West Brom fans will be hoping, won't they? 85-36 gone in this one. Flicked on by Tony. And a karate kick then by him on the ball. And a foul by Marcondes on Dwight Gale. Free kick. Newcastle. Hayden. Clark. Shelvey. Newcastle in all-out attack mode here with Wilson, Gale and Carroll and Joe Linton all on the pitch. Here is Murphy. Into the box. Wilson tries to chest it down. And they've got it clear. And luckily there for Dom Thompson, he smashes it into the face of Yedlin and wins a goal kick. Why can't you start predictions of winners of every game? Well, Sujai, if you watch the channel, we do that in Dearly Departed shows and Championship preview shows every week. So hit that subscribe button. Carroll wouldn't score in NFL. Oh, it's brutal. Give us a verse from the Warnock song. I really love it. I can't remember it. You got to die to win 3 points the Warnock way. I did the Mourinho one after and they sounded very similar. Even I'll admit that. Am I still special? Just like I used to be. Here is Carroll. 30 yards out. He's going to have another shot. Good effort by Carroll that time. Much closer. And hits the post that's behind the goal. Suspending the net there. With the left foot. That's the Carroll I remember. Just a monster up front. But many managers have tried to get him fit since and not been able to. Josh Da Silva is man of the match, according to whoever the Sky summariser is. I don't dispute that. I'll go with that. Nice player, Da Silva. Another good example of Brentford's tactic of not having an academy, but picking up other academy players from London. Here comes Fosu down the right. Fosu clips it into the back post, looking for Tony there. Clever little arm in the back from Jacob Murphy. Just puts him off. Did I check about red mugs? Do you know I didn't, Lee? Red mugs. I'm literally writing it down as we speak. Although I'll probably look at that tomorrow or something and think, red mugs, what on earth does that mean? Was I supposed to buy Shaylee a red mug for Christmas or something? Here comes Joe Linton down the left. Nice skill there. Beats Fosu into the box. And again, brilliant from Joe Linton. Oh, he did superbly well, but then couldn't make the cross. The build-up play was brilliant there down the left. He really skilled up Tariq Fosu twice, actually. And then just didn't have the end product. I think he was shooting. He needs to just float that in. Steve Bruce holds the head. I'm not surprised. He did the first bit brilliantly, Joe Linton. Monster up front, but Bees have an equal man mountain in Pinnock to cover him. Yes, they do. A little bit less muscular, Pinnock, but certainly in height terms, matches up, doesn't he? 89-25. Come on. Newcastle brought all of these forwards on. They haven't created any chances with them yet. Murphy puts it in the box. Gale brings it down. Ooh, tries to. Sorensen just does enough there. You know, if you give Dwight Gale a little bit of a sniff, he will finish. There is some movie on Newcastle. Which is that? I want to see that. Oh, what is that movie called? Someone in the chat will know. What's that movie called? Some terrible... I'm sure it's a great movie. Some football movie. Someone will let me know. I think Michael Owen might even be in it or something. When Saturday comes, is it? I can't think. Unpopular opinion. Bristol City are going to get relegated. Don't see that happening, but I'll take your money if you want to bet with me. Goal. Is it? What's When Saturday Comes then? Is that the one with... I can put that up, but I can't say it, David, or I'll get demonetized. There we go. Primm and Lee and David. When Saturday Comes to one with Sean Bean in it, who people would know as, I'm trying to remember, is Ned Stark in Game of Thrones. Where can you watch these football? I bet they're on all the streaming platforms for free. Right, we're into stoppage time. Here comes Yedlin, bombing forward here from right back. Yedlin clips it to the back post. Carroll's got it. Oh, and he's charged down in the end by... Oh, is he offside? Carroll managed to take it down. Norgard was the one who blocked it. Newcastle finally pushing forward. Here is Longstaff. Longstaff to Shelby, who's been quiet in the second half. Inside again, misses Yedlin out, goes to Murphy. Newcastle with about 8 forward now. This is brilliant. Murphy really needs to get the cross. He's done really well, Murphy, there. He does get the cross in, and Tony heads it away. Brentford have got no one up, although they managed to get it to Godos, who... Oh, well played, Godos, there. As much as I love the beautiful game, Godos just stopped and drew a foul, which was exactly the right thing to do. Steve Bruce throws his hands up. He's holding 4 fingers up. He's probably saying, I've put 4 forwards on and we haven't created a single chance here. Ned Stark, the one season wonder. I need to rewatch all of that. Brilliant. I was at the game where... Oh, that's sensational. Scored the practice penalty. So you're in that movie, Lee, or your voice is in that movie. Sensational. 92-29 up. Brentford are winning this, aren't they? Unless we can get a very, very late Newcastle goal. They're not showing any signs of it. I'm actually a cricketer, but loves to watch football and love it. Nice one, Sujai. We love it too. Tony has got it high up on the left wing. Tony's into the box here. Tony shoots. And did Darlow get a touch on that? Yes, he did. Tony, so quick on the draw at the moment, isn't he? Gets it out of his feet, hits the shot from a tricky angle, but he always works the keeper, doesn't he? Good save that by Darlow, actually. Good play by both Tony and Darlow. And they're just winding down the seconds, Brentford. Jensen has never moved so slowly in all his life. Tony waves everybody back and says, don't worry, we'll just take the corner short. I think Jensen's just going to tap it to Tony. And they're going to try and hold it in the corner. Longstaff goes over. Tony immediately goes down and wins the free kick. Tony just does a number on Longstaff there. Waits for the contact. Falls to the ground. 93-53. It's going to be a win for Brentford. And a League Cup semi-final for the Bees. Jensen dummies the free kick and goes short. Some S-housery going on from Brentford here. You love to see it, unless you're a Newcastle fan. I'm a cricketer as well, for everyone's interest. Arsenal could do with Tony. Arsenal could do with as many good players as they could get at the moment. And there you have it. Brentford are through to the League Cup semi-final. Steve Bruce shakes hands with Thomas Frank. And, well, congratulations there, Brentford. Good job. They look pretty happy about it. Brian Mbeumo, who didn't get on. And that's the whole point here. No Dalsgaard, no Henry, no Raya, no Tony starting, no Mbeumo, no Norgard, no Jensen. And they've got through. Ethan Pinnock, beaming smile from him. He looks very happy. Josh Da Silva, the goal scorer, is the man of the match. And Brentford have got through. Tremendous stuff by the Bees. And quite well deserved, really. Newcastle didn't really lay a glove on them in the end. And despite throwing on Joe Linton, I think they ended with Joe Linton, Carroll, Gale and Wilson. No real big chances coming in there. So well done to Brentford. They get the win. Let's have a look at a few more comments here. Bayern Munich says, Bayern Munich, insightful. The film is called Goal. I think Paul's just catching up with us there on terrible football films. Force was invisible. He was, wasn't he, actually? Strange for him. Sean Bean, when Saturday comes, yes. Can I put this comment up, but maybe not read it? I'm not going to do that, but there you go. Bruce got Bruced. Didn't he just? This season just gets better. Nick is a happy chappy. A Christmas bee. Bees up. Old Castle down. Great job, Bees. And flying the flag for us championship. That means we can do a watch along, doesn't it? When Brentford get to the semi-final there. Arsenal versus Manchester City. Some big teams in these remaining quarterfinals. Arsenal, Man City, then Tottenham are playing Stoke. And I think it's Manchester United and Everton as well. So there's every chance they get a really, really big club. Behave, dearie me. There will be no Bloom, only fans. We'll stick with the football content, I think. There we go. And on that sobering note, nobody wants to see that, do they? Cheers, Ben. Oh, yes, David, I will get that done. Yes, we'll put you in the preview video. Sorry. I will get that done. I've got 8 platforms of emails I have to reply to. I do apologise. Only a one-leg semi-final, but could this derail Brentford's bid for automatic? Hopefully not, Chris. You'd like to think that the teams going for it in the cups that didn't disproportionately affect, but we will see. Hopefully not for their sake. Right. Thank you, everybody. It was good fun in the end. It was Brentford 1, Newcastle 0. Brentford move on to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Nice win for them. They keep their unbeaten run going. And happy days if you're a Brentford fan. We'll be back tomorrow, actually, so there will be more content before Christmas Day. But happy Christmas if you don't join me for that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And your comments, as ever, make this worthwhile, especially on the watch-alongs. And with all that being said, Brentford 1, Newcastle 0. I'm off to walk the dogs in the cold and the wind and the rain in Tier 4 and not go near anybody. And it's over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.